Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, have we all been working remotely so long that we've forgotten our manners? We're going to be talking to a leading national expert who's going to teach us all how to show up well in the workplace. Her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I am reading headlines in the Wall Street Journal that says companies large and small across the United States are bringing in outside experts just to remind employees how to act in the workplace because they've been out of the workplace working remotely so long. Somebody who knows something about that, Jan Goss, she is with Show Up Well Consulting, and she joins us from our Austin studios. Jan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure. It's great to be here, Jeff.
Now, you've been at this for a while. So what year did you start your business?
Are you trying to age me? Because my birthday's coming up this week, Jeff. Really? Do we have to go there?
No, that's
it's
not.
Been a while.
That wouldn't be polite of me. So when did you begin?
13 years.
13 years.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so tell us more about your history. Have you always been known for manners and etiquette?
Not necessarily manners and etiquette, but I have been in the personal development space for over 40 years. For a very, very long time. I went to the Protocol School of Washington in 2007 and graduated from there, came back to Austin, and I thought I was going to just be a little protocol school here in the Austin area. So I opened up the Austin School of Protocol to teach best practices to business people.
And have you noticed anything over the years? Are we all kind of losing our manners?
I think sometimes, Jeff, we're all losing our minds, not just our manners. But I do have great compassion in this area because as human beings, Jeff, we don't know what we don't know.
We found a great sizzle reel. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
What does it mean to show up well? Showing up well means first being authentic. It's about being present and being prepared. To show up well means you keep your word, you show up on time, and you actually make a great first impression. To show up well means to step into your superpower and create a life of success and significance. It's about being your very best from the boardroom to the bedroom. I invite you today to make a quality decision right now that from this moment forward, you're not just going to show up in life, but you are going to show up well, that you're going to use your power to create a life of success and significance, and that you're going to do everything that you do from this moment forward with love, because love is the most important thing.
I love it. Jen, you have a very successful speaking career, and I know you do a lot of workshops. How are the different ways that companies are engaging you right now?
Well, it's interesting because all of that has kind of morphed since COVID. I went from doing many in-person engagements to doing things remotely for the past couple of years. And just now, companies are warming back up. They're having me come back in. During this kind of hiatus time, I've been working very closely with heads of organizations, putting together strategies, figuring out how to manage the first impression, how to put some of these strategies in place for this workforce that's coming back and not really knowing what to expect.
You know, I think we're all guilty of little faux pas in the workplace. One that I'm going to raise my hand and say I'm guilty of this all the time is I don't clean my own dishes. I will just put it in the sink. And yes, is that that's a cardinal sin, isn't it?
Well, it's rude. Come on, Jeff.
All right, what are some of the rude things that we do? I mean, I know like heating up fish in the microwave, that's just a no-no, isn't it?
Pretty bad. So we could go into a plethora of Pandora's box and just open it about all of the little inconsistencies and things that people consider rude in the marketplace. But what I'd rather focus on is the solution, because we can get lost in the puddle of the minutia all day long about what is going on that doesn't work. But what does work is what I call others orientation. It's slowing down, thinking about how does my behavior affect another person? How does me putting that stinky fish in the microwave affect other people? And if we don't slow down and think about our behavior, then we don't even know what we don't know. This type of awareness is what showing up well is all about.
Absolutely. We've got some generic video from our library. We're going to put this up on the screen. This is just employees interacting. You sent me a list of 52 ways to show up well, and we probably can't go through all 52, but what are some of your favorite ways to show up well?
Well, I love the top 3. Be authentic. Don't try to be someone else. That space is already taken. So when you show up, you do need to show up with what we call your own thumbprint. You be you, but do that within the confines of the company that you work for. The second one is to be prepared. When you show up, I don't know if I can say this on TV. I'm telling on my dad. My dad, the colonel, used to say, Janet Lynn, don't do a job half-assed. So I went through all of my life thinking that AST was a word. It was like, what is AST? Asked. I don't know, but I think it's a really bad thing. But if you're going to show up, be prepared. Show up well. And then being present. You know that we can be in a room and not be in the room. You can be at work and not be at work. So when you are there, when you are at your office, stay engaged in what's going on there in that moment. So be authentic, be present, and be prepared.
And I know when I was on your website and looking at the different services that you offer, can you run through how do companies bring you in and what do they typically, what are they asking you to do?
Well, there are many gates to get in. Many times I speak at a convention or I'll speak for their annual gathering. And from there, I get a list of what the company wants their outcomes to be. And we take what programs are already in place and massage them so that they work well within whatever company culture we're walking into. So it's all about living what we preach, that I'm not coming in with an iron fist to tell you how to live your life. I'm coming in to show up well and to help your employees show up well within the company culture that you've established.
And are you discovering that it's all age groups? It's not just the Gen Zs that everybody likes to beat up on? Is it baby boomers making the same mistakes?
I don't know if they're the same mistakes, but I do think the common thread is really stepping into the solution of doing to other people as you would have them do unto you. It really is stepping out of yourself, be others oriented. We can all get better at that. I am a baby boomer and I can get better every single day. It's about interpersonal work and really making up your mind that today I'm going to show up well. And that looks different on different days, Jeff.
And this stuff can have a way of snowballing if the employees are not showing up well and they're getting relaxed. And I'm making this up, but like they're singing in their cubicle and it's annoying everybody. This stuff kind of builds, doesn't it?
It can, and the tensions build. I was just reading an article about a study done with mice, and there were a few mice put in this area, and they got along pretty well. All the little mice did exactly what they were supposed to. And what they did was they added 5 mice at a time, and then 5 more mice, and 5 more mice, until pretty soon all of the mice were so agitated because the more people, the more influences that you have in a specific area, the more the tensions can go up. When I'm all by myself, I'm great. Like there's nobody to bother me, Jeff. It's about showing up well with others.
Okay, we've got a couple minutes left. If there's a CEO watching this right now who says, I think I just found my coach, what is the process? They contact you through the website?
You can absolutely contact me through the website. You can go to info@showupwell.com and put in whatever requests that you have. And let's have a conversation. Let's see if we're a fit. And if we are, we'll show up well together.
Awesome. And you travel, like you would coach in LA or New York?
I will. I enjoy that.
Outstanding. Well, you've been an amazing guest. We're going to have you back again soon. We're going to end with the website, which is showupwell.com. The great Jan Goss. Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.